swelling, headache or a rash, asthma, colitis, fatigue or gas. What will today's symptom be? My Loopy Life with Lupus. Guys, it is, I don't even know what the date is. I just know it's Friday. And I'm finishing up my first week of working full-time hours. I don't know if I mentioned to you guys that that's what would be happening. Jeremy's mom had to go back to work. Her maternity leave is over. And so a few months ago, we did discuss the possibility of me doing the full-time hours for 6 months. And then after the 6 months, they're putting him into daycare. So I thought for 6 months I could try it, see how it goes. It might give me kind of an idea as to whether my next nanny job should go back to part-time or I could look into full-time work. Thankfully, though, what really sealed the deal is the fact that my mom is a nanny as well, and she works just a couple blocks from here. And so she was able to help out in that she'll take Jeremy when I have doctor's appointments. So, for example, today I'm going to be leaving work early because I have a 3 o'clock appointment. This will finally be the MRI results of my jaw. So I'm looking forward to hearing what's going on with that, because this week my jaw, not just my ears, but my actual jaw itself has been hurting a lot, and it's been giving me really bad headaches this week. So I'm really wanting to get some answers on that. So anyways, like if I have an appointment in the morning, they're going to drop Jeremy off at my mom's work and I will pick him up there when I get to work, or I will drop him off there if I have to leave early. So that's a big factor. I mean, had it not been for my mom being able to fill in for me for appointments, I don't know that I would have been able to stay working here, just because they wouldn't have anyone to cover me. So that's another factor. Like when this job is over, I don't know if I'd be able to find such an accommodating position to do full-time, because there's always those doctor's appointments. There's at least one a month, sometimes more than one a month, and I don't know what the family would do. So so I'm trying not to think about it right now. I probably will start looking for work, because I hope to have something lined up immediately following this, because I really don't want to have to go on EI again. So yeah, I've been working 8:30 until 5 p.m. all this week. I used to work 9 until 1. The first 2 days were pretty good. The day did not feel as long as I thought it would, because Jeremy takes 2 naps a day still. He sleeps in the morning. He sleeps in the morning and again in the afternoon, and so it really does break up my day. It gives me some downtime, which has been great. But Wednesday and Thursday, I started to feel it. I came home with my hands really sore and swollen, and yesterday I had my hands swollen and sore. I had my jaw hurting, my head hurting, and exhausted. The fatigue was really back in strong force. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to having an early end to my shift today, even though I'm going to the doctor's, but I hope that we'll get some answers for that. And so I'm sorry I haven't been doing videos or updates or anything like that, but I don't get home until 6 o'clock, and then I have to go to bed by 10. So when I get home, I'm tired. I just want to eat dinner, watch my shows, and then I pretty much just check email and go to bed. So I'm kind of depressed about that because I had really cool ideas for my channel in terms of videos and stuff, but I don't know that I'm going to have a whole lot of time to do those. Same thing with reborning. I just don't know that I'll have a lot of time to do that. I still have to finish up the portrait order I'm currently doing, and then I have a another custom order. She hasn't put down a deposit yet, but I had promised her that I would do this custom order for her months ago, so I feel like I need to follow through with it. But I really wish I could just put it on hold until I'm back to working part-time, because I don't know how long it's going to take me just to finish that order, because I won't really, I don't feel like doing anything when I get home. I'm so tired and it's late, and so anyways, last night was a hard night because of that. I was in pain, and I got thinking about so many different things, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm like super proud of myself for what I've accomplished in this last year. Like my mindset has been very positive, and I've done a lot this past year. I've accomplished a lot that, I mean, it's been an amazing year, and I've felt really good. I mean, I've had my good days and bad days still, but I've had more good days health-wise than bad days, which is why I haven't made a lot of lupus videos, because there really hasn't been much to talk about in that sense, and I'm thankful for that. But last night was pity party night. I was just crying, and the thing is, like, I rarely ever cry anymore, but whenever I do, I just can't stop. Like, it was just bad. You can kind of see my eyes are puffy. I just was frustrated because I'm like, this is only, I mean, well, yesterday was just the 4th day of full-time hours, and I'm already feeling like this, and I'm thinking I have 6 months to go. And then I start thinking about, well, does this mean I'm never going to be able to work full-time? And if that's the case, how are we ever going to afford a house? And which in turn make me more upset, because I want to have a bigger place, because I want to have a baby so bad. And like, I want to be a mom so bad. And this past weekend we saw Alex's cousin came to visit from Alberta, and she had a baby in October, and I got to see this little 2-month-old baby, and it just made me want to be a mom even more. And you know, Jeremy, I've watched him grow up over the last year, and it's going to be really hard for me to say goodbye on this job, because I try not to get attached, but it was really hard not to with this one, because I was with him from the time he was 3 weeks old, and he's now 1 year old. 1 year old. He'll be 18 months old when I finish. I mean, it's just amazing. And you know, then I got thinking again about, well, this is basically what it would be like to be a mom with a baby. And the worst part about it is that I'm not doing housework here. Like, I'm not doing everything I would have to do if I was a mom. I do his laundry, I load and unload the dishwasher, and I take care of him. And he sleeps twice a day. I'm with him like an hour and a half. He sleeps an hour to 2 hours. I'm with him for another 2 hours. Then he sleeps again for another hour to an hour and a half. And then I have him for like an hour or sometimes only a half hour. And then his mom's home. And if I'm already exhausted just from that kind of a day, then I worry again, will I be able to handle having a baby and having lupus? And so it's just like a cycle that I go through in my mind all the time, that it's like, I really want to do this. I really want to be a mom. I really want to have a house where we have space to have a child and we have money to be able to support that child. But then on the flip side, physically, if I'm drained just doing these few things, I'm not even doing housework at this job. Whereas if I was a mom at home, I'd also have to do housework. How the heck am I going to handle that? And I don't know. I just go through all these thoughts in my head, like, will I be able to accomplish having a house? Will I be able to have a baby? Will I be able to manage it physically, mentally, and financially? Because if all I can do is work part-time, we won't be able to afford a house anyway, and how would we even support a child? Like, it just goes around and around. It's like I feel stuck with this disease, and yeah, this was just a pity party night that I had last night. I'm sorry for the downer, but like, it happens sometimes with this illness. And yeah, so I was thinking about that, and I was just really mad, and then I was thinking about how my hands keep being the issue lately, that they swell up. They're good right now, but like they swell up and they hurt, and then I have trouble using them, and that depresses me because I love crafting, I love reborning, and I can't do that when my hands are sore. And then it also makes it very painful to take care of Jeremy when my hands are swollen and stuff, and it makes it difficult to maneuver and change him and this and that. So that's another issue. And then, that really upsets me. And also it's even hard for me to enjoy playing with my dolls. Like, if my hands are really sore, generally if my hands are sore, my wrists are sore and my elbows are sore at the same time. Sometimes even my shoulder. And so holding a reborn baby for a while, it gets painful. And so I can't even enjoy doing that. And then I can't even enjoy changing their outfits because my hands are in pain and they're swollen and I can't bend them. So it was just like this, everything last night just fell upon me that was like, lupus takes away, like, what the hell can I do that I enjoy when I'm in pain and I'm swollen? Like, there's nothing. There's just watching TV, and that sucks. Like, I love my shows. I'm a TV addict, but I want to be able to do more than that. I want to be able to enjoy my dolls. I want to be able to be a mom and raise a baby, and I want to be able to craft when I want to, and I want to feel well enough to craft. I want to have the energy to craft or reborn or whatever the case may be. And then on top of that, I still have the issues with my singing voice, which I've pretty much pinpointed it to being. It could possibly be partly connected to this jaw issue, on top of stress, on top of tension, on top of being completely out of practice because I do not sing. Like, I've kind of given up on the singing because every time I try to, it sounds horrible, so I've just kind of like given up. And so that doesn't help because the less you sing, then the less you're using that muscle, and so it becomes weak. And then of course I have the breathing issues with the diaphragm and stuff, and that doesn't help with singing either. So that depresses me, that pisses me off, excuse the language. I mean, it just really makes me mad because singing was literally like, before I had the dolls, before I started reborning and all that stuff, which is just another creative outlet for me, singing was my number one. Singing I've been doing since I could talk. Singing just was everything to me, and I would literally spend like hours a day singing, and I just loved it. And when I listen to recordings that I made back then when my voice was strong and I compare it to what I recorded in the recording studio, it is such a huge difference. And I'm just trying not to cry, but it's such a huge difference that it really, really bothers me. And so the recording studio thing, honestly, it wasn't that much fun to me. I mean, I was proud of myself for doing it and getting through it, but honestly, it was just a huge, huge reminder of another thing that I've lost. So, so the recording studio thing really wasn't a good experience for me. And I kind of wish that Alex had, informed his mom and sister that I had issues with my voice, and I know it was like a thoughtful gift and whatever, and it would have been great. It would have been great had I not had issues with my voice, but I do, and it bothers me, and it hurts me. And then I just start thinking about how I got sick right after we got married, like literally right after we got married, and I feel robbed of enjoying, the typical newlywed phase that we should have enjoyed. It was totally taken from me. And so it's just all these things that are taken from me, and yeah. So anyways, I've rambled way longer than I originally intended to. I'm at like 16 minutes now, but anyways, I just kind of wanted to give you that update, and I'm just hoping that maybe this is just an adjustment that my body has to make, the transition to the full-time hours, and I'm hoping that it'll get used to it, and maybe I'll start to feel a bit better. But yeah, I really haven't decided. I haven't started looking for a new job yet because I really don't know if I should just stick to looking for part-time again, or if I should maybe I should start. What do you guys think? Maybe I should just start by looking for part-time, because at this point I don't know how I'm going to be working full-time. Maybe by the end of the 6 months, if I haven't found a new part-time job, then I can kind of gauge it at that point and say, well, I think I can handle doing full-time, or no, I can't. I've still got to keep looking for a part-time. I don't know. What do you guys think? Anyways, I guess that's it for now. And yeah, I've been trying to film my videos on my Canon Rebel camera because I can do it in HD that way. But I'm just doing this on the go today, so I'm using my phone, but I will try to still edit it the same way, and hopefully I hope I can get this HD somehow. But anyways, that's it, guys, and I will give you an update as to what happens at the doctor's office later. Bye, guys. Thanks for listening.